Please listen to this because this is where, like I said, the foundation of our conversation is hinged upon. There are about two excerpts, but let's start with the first one now, shall we? Very quickly.
At the moment, there are more critical issues challenging the welfare of citizens than that kind of ring road project. Even if it is important, like I said, I think that that should be by way of public-private partnership, so that the 200 billion that the government has probably got an access should be directed into these critical areas of education, healthcare, access to justice, and even the pressing economy, the right to harnessing economic opportunities.
Boom! Did you hear that? Harnessing the right to economic opportunities. Inflation is about 24 to 24.2%, if I'm not mistaken, right now, according to the MBS. All right, everybody's talking about how the removal of the fuel subsidy has affected prices all over the country. All right, only very few substances, very few goods and services are, being buffered right now. So, in Port Harcourt, I'm asking, what do you think this current government can do to boost the business climate? Because did you hear the last part? Very important. Let me repeat this excerpt for you one more time.
At the moment, there are more critical issues challenging the welfare of citizens than that kind of ring road project. Even if it is important, like I said, I think that that should be by way of public-private partnership, so that the 200 billion that the government has probably got an access should be directed into these critical areas of education, healthcare, access to justice, and even the pressing economy, the right to harnessing economic opportunities.
The right to harnessing economic opportunities. So once again, my question still remains very valid. What do you think right now that this current government can do, to boost the business climate here in Port Harcourt? Now, this is interesting to note that, if the government does A, why is the government doing A? If the government does B, why is the government doing B? You really can't please everybody at every time. But Ekine makes a very important and some will say very relevant point, and that is there is a current reality in Nigeria as regarding the economic stability of many a household. So, on this Pokey Talk station, one more time, we'd like to ask you these relevant questions as we talk for development.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, do well, turn down the volume of your radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it, didn't hear it, please do not make mention of it. That means do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. And very importantly, do not make inciting statements. The numbers to call 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Several times I've been accused of repeating the numbers very quickly, so please do indulge me as I take them one more time. The numbers to call 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. All right, then WhatsApp and Telegram available on 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416 at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on Twitter. My 2.3, good morning, welcome. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think the government of Rivers State should go to all these markets, have market leaders. Know those who are into bringing food, especially from Bayelsa State. Make an arrangement with them. The government should be responsible for the transportation. When we get the leaders of this market, they know where they get these products. Now, those who are subscribing to it will be waiting here in Port Harcourt to get their product based on their cooperative they are formed. I heard that pepper is expensive in Port Harcourt. My brother, in Bayelsa State, the pepper is very cheap. You see this one we call the custard bucket.
Interesting.
Bucket. is being sold for 500 naira. As big as that. But here I was told that it's being sold about 1,000 to 1,500 for that size.
But Zion, now this is very interesting, and this most likely to be, I have to be honest, is a revelation. But what about the infrastructural development of the state?
We are talking of the now, now, not the infrastructure. The now, the people are hungry now. We need food now. A tuber of yam that is as fat as your lap. Your lap, you see, your lap is as fat, Jude.
Yeah, my lap is fat.
In Bayelsa State, it is 1,000 naira, as big as that. But here in Port Harcourt, here is being sold for 2,500, 2,000. So the reason is this: because of the transportation fare, the roads are bad, and they cannot meet up with all the demand of all the checkpoints. So if the government of Rivers State for now can take the transportation, not buying the products, so just the transportation aspect, and those who are subscribed through their union leaders, maybe cooperative leaders from Eleme Junction, we are into Pepe, your cooperative. You already paid for so baskets. Now those who are in Bayelsa, we package it down. You that is in Eleme Junction, you ordered for 5 baskets, right? Your name is there. They give you your 5 baskets. Automatically, food will be surplus in Rivers State and other parts of the region.
This is what you think is going to boost the business climate here in Port Harcourt, that the government should subsidize transportation for business owners. Let me ask you, the first question that comes from any right-thinking person right now is going to be, but Mr. Zion, and anybody who has the same thought, how is the government going to know who the genuine traders need to be, or who they are? How do they know the trucks to pay for?
I told you through their market unions, Pepe Association. You have a cooperative. There's a cooperative in Pepe Union.
So let me get you. So now the government now has to go and meet the rice union, the plantain union, all of this.
Exactly.
Really?
All of them. So if we are going to Bayelsa, we are spending 14 tippers or 14 trailers to Bayelsa. 10 is for plantain, and you know that from Eleme Junction you have to give them 2 trailers, my 3, 4 trailers.
Interesting.
My 1. This is where you are portioning them. The union leaders know the trailer that is coming to Eleme Junction. So I am the union leader of plantain dealers in Eleme Junction. I know those who are subscribed to our union and our cooperative, and you that subscribe, I know that you order for 2 bunch of plantain. As the vehicle is coming to Eleme Junction, I'm calling you, Mr. Jude. You order for 2 bunch of plantain. This is your 2 bunch of plantain.
Okay.
You pay according to the price. The unions are very cooperative. They don't cheat themselves there.
All right, thank you very much, Zion. Now, more calls coming through, and interesting messages are just dropping in. All right, so 009-030-6416. Good morning. The governor of the day has positive intentions for Rivers people. That road project is a major problem we are having in the state. The good roads, there will be a very big development in the area. That's Afara Mba road also needs to be considered. That's Patrick Amadi. So Patrick is saying, look, let the government build the roads. Let them fix that road. Let them make the ring road. Because if you read about the road, it's going to connect parts of River State, particularly Port Harcourt metropolis, that are seemingly the outskirts per se. So if there is actually a ring road somewhere else that can funnel traffic, in a seamless manner, it's going to make transportation easier for all businesses and all recreational lovers, whatever it is. So he's saying, look, let the construction continue. No one is saying the construction should stop. But the question is, how does the business climate, get an injection right now from the government right now? Zion is saying, look, that thing can be paused right now. People are hungry. All right, more messages. This one here is from Chika. Chika says, good morning, Jude. What River State needs right now is improved security. I like what I'm hearing. This is about the police, but more needs to be done. There's so many areas where these hoodlums continue to thrive, and if people right now are already struggling with fuel, they shouldn't be struggling with somebody coming to steal their products or even harass them here in Port Harcourt. It's a big problem. All right, so that's security concerns. All right. You boost the economy, you boost the business climate by having people feel safer to do business. Chika, thank you very much. That seems like a very intentional message there. That makes a lot of sense, at least from my vantage point. But hey, pay no attention to June. We have a break coming up in just over 15 seconds. So please keep sending your messages. I'll get to social media, Twitter and also Facebook, and get your interactions on our starter this morning. Improving the business climate in Port Harcourt. What are your suggestions? on a lot of messages. I'll go to them in a few short moments. But just to remind you, please, when you call in, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't hear it, didn't see it. Please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims, and do not make inciting statements.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
So there is a call screener. So when you call in and you get to hear a voice that doesn't sound like mine, that's a call screener. You take your details, where you're from, and then they'll patch you through, and I can see a computer in front of me and say, yes, I'm talking to so and so and so from so and so and so place. All right, that's how it works. Numbers to call: 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Now let's get to read some interesting messages on WhatsApp. All right. Good morning, June. The economy is biting hard, and we know, but my Bible tells me that man shall not live by bread alone, and as such let us leave food, which is things seen and temporary, and focus on the things unseen, which is permanent. Government's responsibility isn't providing food, rather to provide us with an enabling environment where business can strive, e.g. quality roads, power supply, loans, education, judiciary, hospitals, etc. Please, where does the ring road cover? Ubong, thank you very much. We'll ask for that writer to be brought so we can share that information with you. All right, so Ubong says, look, food is not a major priority. Let's hunker down. Yes, it's biting hard, but let's cut, our coats, not according to our size, but apparently according to the material that you have. So let's cut it down. Let these other enabling environmental issues be sorted. Good roads, he made mention, power supply, loans, education, judiciary. If all these things are in place, the business climate would obviously improve. Do you agree? Or do you think, that, like some people have been saying in the past few days, that maybe the road can be paused? We already have overhead bridges, here in Port Harcourt. Let's put a pause on that for now, okay? And let's see how we can make people, feel better in their businesses. The climate is kind of harsh, some are saying. So what exactly should the government do to ameliorate the harsh, in quotes, business climate in Port Harcourt? If at all it's that harsh. Some people say it's not harsh. But, what do I know? More messages. Good morning. Please, I'll advise the state government that the 200 billion for now, that they should use it to build secondary schools and the needs of people in River State. Rather they should provide staff buses to care for civil servants, like 5 big buses. They go to Chobat Secretariat with 10 buses to the Aba Road axis, maybe 5 to Borokiri. I'm reading, this is a message from George, right? 5 to Borokiri to Secretariat, 5 buses Ikwere Road, civil servants, the engine room of the government, George, in Port Harcourt. But George, it's not a bad idea. But what about the other residents in River State who are not civil servants? What about them? Because if I'm not mistaken, and I don't have the statistics here with me, but if I'm not mistaken, the number of civil servants under the employ of either the federal or the state government here in River State cannot be up to 50% of the population. It cannot be. I sincerely doubt that it makes up to even 25%. I sincerely do. So if there are buses only for them with the 200 billion, right? What about me, for example? What about my friends? What about my colleagues? What about people who go to church on Sundays? What would they do? How would their businesses, meet up with the demands of, taking transport fare to and fro church? Just I would love to get to hear your views on that one, George. Good morning, June. PMS 500 naira plus. It costs a whole lot to do business in River State, and the best, to my knowledge, states can now generate electricity. Use that 200 billion to improve the electricity in the state. With 200 billion naira, that is, would it really make a dent in the electricity generation supply in River State? I don't know. Businesses will thrive better and the state will generate money from electricity bill. Then we can use the profit to carry out the ring road project. It's not rocket science. It will create jobs and generate money for the state, which will benefit us all. Chikadibia in Port Harcourt. All right. It's not a bad idea. Get into power generation and distribution, make money. Then from the proceeds of that money, right, which obviously will ameliorate whatever it is people are, getting to use for their businesses right now, generating set fuel, diesel, whatnot. All right. And from that, you can build as many more roads and bridges as you desire. Okay. All right. Now, without good roads, there will be no development. The plan of the executive governor of the state is the best plan so far. Patrick Amadi from Afara Eche. Oh, he's from Eche, and I think I would share his sentiment if I was from Eche. Roads, terrible in Eche. So if the roads are better built in Eche, of course, people can bring out their farm produce. People can go home to see their relatives. Healthcare will be better accessible. That sounds like a logical plan. 92.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yeah, my name is Gift Amade.
Go on, Gift.
Yeah, please, I want to talk on the ring road. Quite well, the idea of the governor is good. But for now, I think there are local governments that need roads to be developed. Because the ring road will take, from what they told us, 3 years to be completed. Now, if we go to Oyibo, from the major road, that's Umeblu to Igbo, there is no road. That's a good diversion for people coming from Aba. If you Element Junction to Eche, there is no road. They can use this money in every local government, do more roads before this ring road. The ring road is good. I'm not condemning it. It's good, but let them develop some of the internal roads within the local government so that there will be free flow of transport and there will be free flow of transportation of farm produce into the urban area. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, we've heard very similar conversations recently to that effect. So the idea of the ring road isn't bad, but the question is, should it be started right now or completed right now? Some, interestingly and not surprisingly, of different opinions. 93. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, please.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. For me, my thinking is that the government for putting that 200 billion on roads. At this point in time, for me, it's an error. Right now that we're having a fuel hike like this, removal of fuel subsidy, for me, it would be better the government look into mechanized farming and also look at a modern refinery, possibly look at also our power sector. Because right now, as I speak to those people that are doing a barbering salon, hairdressing salon, so that with the kind of bill that will be given to them. And sometimes perhaps the light will not be there, the power will not be there, so they cannot work. And how would those people pay their house rent, also take care of their children, take care of their medical bills? I think for me, the government should be able to forget about that road construction that they are about to do. They should begin to look at all these areas. And also, when they want to provide transport for civil servants, what about the people that are not civil servants in the state? Because if let me say we have 100 people, I think about 60% will not be civil servants. 40% might be civil servants. So are they going to throw away the 60%? So I think the government should look at it. And also for me, this money that is being approved, it has an undertone.
What undertone?
Right now, the various parties are going for litigation at this point in time, making this a supplementary budget. I think for me, let them not use it for their litigation. They should use it for the growth of the state. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. All right, messages coming through. It is a well thought out idea by the initiators, kudos, but not a priority now. The internal roads in the state, especially Port Harcourt metropolis, needs more attention. The cost of fixing cars is enormous. Government should have help Igbelung Baraja Ogbogoro road users. I mean, for earnest. My goodness, that's another. I know we've heard about it a few times during the eyewitness reports when people make mention of Ogbogoro New Road. But you see that Mbaraja, Ogbogoro to Cornerstone, then all the way to even Ozoba, from the Ozoba axis, the road actually connects. It is terrible. It really is terrible. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. It is terrible. It is terrible. And to make it interesting, I plan on visiting Ogbogoro tomorrow, right? Because I hear there's this wonderful buka where you see big pots of food with insam pium pium. You know, they are swimming. You are swimming with them. You can even enter the pot. It's very big. So I'll go investigate as always, and I'll tell you guys about it when I come back. But I hear the road is bad, so I've just been pondering how to get there and what it will cost me to get there. But anyway, back to you. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. All right, that's where you find us with the numbers. Then WhatsApp 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. All right, at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and Twitter. Let's quickly open up our Twitter page and get to hear from you. Nigeria 3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Alozie King, I'm calling from Omo.
Go on, Alozie.
Jude, the ring road, I'm not against the ring road. But what I am against is those that conceptualize this idea of ring road. What is the need assessment now in Rivers State? They have said to put this into cognizance. That the new governor would have considered the area of creating sustainable jobs for Rivers State indigents. 200 billion naira can go a long way to build factory, can go a long way to create companies that will employ Rivers people. Ring road project, is the job sustainable? The answer is no.
Why?
So there are needs that we need to solve in Rivers State, not roads. The need assessment of those that approve this 200 billion naira does not meet the contemporary needs of Rivers State people at now. We need jobs. We need factories. We need companies. We need things that will employ us sustainably. Not granting loan, you will build Ring Road 1 to Ring Road 12. And Commissioner of Works that said this will last for 3 years, which means this administration, we should be looking at Ring Road for 3 years as a project they will do. So, social capital development, zero. It's something we should raise concern and talk about.
Well,
thank you, Alozie.
Thank you very much, Alozie. I understand the narrative, which, in all fairness, that's why everybody's talking about it. Don't forget, there's been a public hearing, and that's what democracy is all about. Sadly, if you remember the excerpt I read from the news, a lot of the CSOs a good number of them were not present, during the public hearing of that particular bill. But anyway, point here is this, okay? Now, the climate, right? Talking about the business climate all over the country is a little bit, dicey. No, not a little bit. It's dicey. Let's be very honest. It is dicey. So the question is, what can be done to boost the economic climate here in Port Harcourt? No one is saying it should be stopped talking about the Ring Road project, but what else can be done? Because in all honesty, it's part of the means and methods, right, that economic development thrives. Access roads, good access roads. I don't think it's in doubt, right, that the Ring Road, when it's completed, or any road at all when it's completed, will not improve the economic activities of an area. Just take a very good look at the overhead bridges, the flyovers, that we have in Port Harcourt. You cannot deny that it makes movement of goods and services easier, these days. Go from one bridge, get to the airport. If you're not going to get to the access points or access routes, you don't need to be on that part of the lane. It makes sense. It truly does. So it's easier for a lot of people to move from A to B. My 2.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Mr. D.
Good morning.
See, I want to contribute about the project. Whatever they spend in Port Harcourt remains as an old city. Just like an old woman cannot count a young woman again. Look at the overhead bridge. There's no space on the ground. Very tiny. And they are spending money. They never think about those people that have voted for them in the community, rural areas. And the water is coming now. The people they will pack. Their food will go. Nobody cares. And when they went for campaign, how the people look in their face? The face of the masses on the poor people, how do they look like? The common business is the boss are chasing them out. And they don't care. The government are not care. What they are talking of billion. Are they worried to loot money or what? I'm asking. They are in hurry to that money. All those local governments, they never want to wake up to give 30 kilometers. This local government 30 kilometers. This one 30 kilometers. To expand them. Go to Delta State. You will see Asaba. You will see Agbo. You will see Warren. You will see Ozoro. Very, very large local government. Just like a capital. And billions of naira. Port Harcourt will remain all this city. They can never be and expand. If you choose like 3 local government, like a local government or a Tay or Hongkong, make it farm. When this water now will swap all the food, people will come and buy. People are not. People are suffering.
Yeah, we know it's difficult right now. There's no doubt about it. Thank you very much for your call. We know even the governor, no commissioner, none of the principal officers, can't deny that. I like to believe they're also feeling the impact because purchasing power, is reduced. Ignore the fact that maybe being in government position creates some form of buffer, but that buffer itself is thinning by the day. So they also have a role to play and they're also feeling the impact. The question is, is this the right step? Like I said earlier on in my opening salvo, if the government does A, why are you doing A? The government does B, why are you doing B? Government does C, you should have done A and B first. So it's a very tricky thing. But ultimately, you like someone made mention, what exactly are the needs? Was there no proper needs assessment? Maybe last year when this plan was conceived, or in whatever year it was conceived, on paper it makes a lot of sense. But this is 2023. Things irrevocably have changed. Things have changed. Let's wrap up. Read some more comments and take 1 or 2 more calls. WhatsApp now 009 030 6416 009 030 6416. The costs are 1. Take off guaranteed credit loans to SMEs, to young entrepreneurs. Resurrection of the Songhai farms in Ogoni. Resurrection of the Buguma fish farm, connecting the riverine areas to the capital with bridges, construction of major canals to curb erosion and floods in the Orashi regions and the uplands, declare a state of emergency on the bad internal roads. The Rumoke, Ngbaraja, Cornerstone New Roads are all death traps. If a needs assessment is done in River State, that ring road won't be part of the recommendation after the assessment. These are pressing issues. All right, there has to be an intentional social social contract with the people by the government. Poverty alleviation, social capital programs are needed right now. The ring road is good, but it shouldn't be the gear to start as a new government. The governor, Siminala Ifubare, has been defined as a technocrat, but this is not how technocrats start administration. I have a question for the governor. What are the economic potentialities of the ring road? How will it directly affect the grassroots, people in the rural area? Charles Cotterill with that submission. 92.3. Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Jude. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please.
Yeah, my name is Pastor Chidi.
Go on, Chidi.
Well, actually, I hardly call in to contribute in a thing like this, but I want to talk today. You see, what I've observed, like let me use River State government as a classic example. I've observed that the people in government come together to discuss what they will do for the people. And even when the people are telling them that this thing you want to do for us is not what we need now. Look at the things we need now. They don't listen. They give the people even the things the people does not want by force. If you, I look at the former governor, by the special grace of God, he tried our road network. But this time, the people need employment. The people need factories. The people need industries. The people need things they need to do to keep food on their table. But this current government is not going to the same road thing again. Is it what the people need? Absolutely. It's not what the people need now. And if this thing will take for 3 years, that means if the governor will stay for 4 years, this thing will take 3 years. And the whole thing will look like what the former government did. And the people will still remain in adversity and great privation.
But you know that doesn't mean the duration. Sorry, I have to go on the breakdown. But it doesn't mean that during the time of the construction, every other thing will be put on pause. That's not how government and governance works. Anyway, thank you very much. Let's go on this break and we'll come back and wrap up with your messages. Come back. Let's quickly wrap up with a comment or two here as we prepare for the news update. All right, now, so the 200 billion is for the rich. Why not channel this money to rural roads to bring more food to the city and encourage the farmers? Or go into partnership with Michelin tires and get Rivers Indigenous employed. Gerard from Umebile. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, G. The construction of the link road is welcome development, but the government should look into power supply. I run a small business, and the amount of money I'm spending buying fuel is so pathetic. If the government can provide power supply for me 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily every month, I'm ready to pay 20 to 30,000 naira a month. Ambassador from Igrita. So yes, there are so many talking points here this morning, and I once again cannot thank you enough for joining in the conversation. So all of this should make a case for the government, maybe modification of the plans. But whatever it is, you are speaking, and I like to believe the government is listening. News comes up your way in a short minute.
Not having a bus stop is not an excuse.